Hey everyone, hey ladies. So we are gonna retry this Violet Volt color, and I am going to invite a few people to join in. Let's see, and then we will get started. Because if y'all watched me the other day, was it 2 days ago? Yeah, I think so. 2 days ago when I was applying Violet Volt, it was a little, left a little bit to be desired with the application. So we're going to retry this, and I actually have a mirror with me today, so that is definitely going to help, because trying to apply in my little phone, that just that was not working. So we will retry this again. Let me just 1 second. Okay, so I've got my mirror, I've got Violet Volts, and one thing, when you're applying the darker colors, there's several darker colors that are darker and thinner. And so therefore they might go on streaky or splotchy if you don't apply them right. So you got to be a little extra careful and play with it a little more when you do those colors. And the first thing you want to do is just shake it up really good. Like, you always want to shake up your color, but you want to shake up this one a lot. And so different colors that I can think of are such as Violet Volt, there's Mulled Wine, Fly Girl can be one of them, Plum, Glam Doll. Of course, that one's out of stock, it's sold out. It was a limited edition color, but it's still one of them that can go on kind of streaky. So when you're applying these colors, especially if you have lighter lips like me, right now they're not so light because it's still stained a little bit from removing Violet Volt earlier when I was practicing. And so you definitely want to shake up your colors. Another tip is make sure you start with clean, dry lips. And if you're going to apply a tricky color, use some witch hazel and clean off your lips. It makes a big difference. So I've got a cotton pad, and I am just going to clean them off. Because I used my Oops remover earlier, but I only used it once. Sometimes with the darker ones, you got to do it twice. And see, there's a little bit left on there. So it's not going to bond to your lips right if you've got that junk on there. So make sure you remove everything. Okay. So clean lips. Let them dry. And like I said, you're going to shake this up, because with the darker, thinner colors, you got to make sure all of that's distributed. Okay, so they are dry, and then what you're going to do is, when you apply it, you are going to scrape off every little bit of color you can off of that wand, because you're going to do the thinnest colors possible, the thinnest layers possible, duh, not a color. So, got my wand, and you can see, look at all that color on there, like, you don't need that. You're supposed to do 3 thin layers. You don't need all that. So wipe it all off in order to get the thinnest application possible. Because you really do not want this stuff to look streaky. Like, who wants streaky lips? Okay. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to apply my bottom lip first. Okay, thin layer. You don't want to go back and touch it up a whole bunch. It's tricky, so you got to play with it. Okay, so now I'm going to do my top lip. Careful your lips don't touch much, otherwise it'll pull the color off, because it's bonding while it's drying. So once again, you're getting off all that color. You don't want anything on the wand, because trust me, there's plenty in here. Okay. You want to do smooth, fluid motions. You do not, with these colors, you do not want to go, like I said, go back and touch up. Just do one fluid motion, get it on there, because the goal is for it to not be splotchy or streaky. Okay, so that's layer 1. We're going to do another one. 3 total. And also with some of them, you want to give them some extra time to dry. Typically 5 to 10 seconds. I say if it's a trickier color, give it a little bit longer. You know, make sure it is completely dry. And this is completely dry right now, so I'm going to go ahead and do my second layer. Once again, make sure there's nothing on the wand. Wipe off all that you can see. One fluid motion. Do the top. Hold up. So I'm trying to sneak by. Okay. That is the second coat. And you can see, it is a little uneven. We're going to go back and fix it. And that's just because a little more, because I went this side first, a little more got on this side. So, when I do my third layer, I'll start on this side first. Alright, and you can kind of just feel it's dry now. Just make sure it is dry before you do another layer. Otherwise, it's going to pull and it's going to mess it up if it's not. I'm not used to wearing really bold colors, so it does take a little bit of practice. Okay. That's the third layer on bottom. Now we're going to do the top. Okay, so what we're going to do now, because you can see there's still a little bit of see-through. So once this dries, we're going to go back and take the wand with hardly anything on it, and we're just going to pat where some of those areas are. And guys, these are just special instructions for these darker, trickier colors. With the lighter ones, you really don't have to, it's kind of hard to mess up. But, like I said, when I did this color the other day, it just was kind of splotchy looking, but I'd never tried this color on either. Okay, hold on, I need my mirror. So you can see there is like nothing on the wand. We're gonna go back and pat. And try not to hat in the same spot, more than once, because otherwise you're going to pull that color right back off and you're just going to have the same problem. And it's looking a whole lot better. You can see there's just a little bit here, so I'm going to hat just a little bit more. Now, one thing I did not do, which I want to do another video on sometime, is your waterline. Because you want to make sure that's filled in too if you're wanting the full effect of this bolder lip color. Oh, hey Dr. Thomas. Hey Miss Patsy. Okay, so you can see it's a whole lot more even than it was last night. And right around the edges, that's where we can use our oops and do a little bit of cleanup. So I've got my oops with me. And just gonna rub that around there. I'm gonna let it sit for just a minute. And once that sits for just a minute, you're gonna take a tissue and just wipe. And that's just to fix your lip line. And so that is how you put on these darker, trickier colors. Of course, we got a gloss. Last step, always gloss. That's what seals it. That's what makes it last. And that's what keeps your lips hydrated. It is wonderful. Love it. Okay. Hey, Mom. Hey, Ashley. Okay, so if y'all have any questions for me, just leave them below. And like I said, certain colors are a little trickier. They take a little more practice. Violet Volt is one of them. Mulled Wine, Fly Girl can be. Another one is Plum and Glam Doll. So, if you like the darker colors, and that's what you're thinking about getting, you can wear them. I mean, there's no question about it. You know, when you first put it on, it might look a little splotchy or streaky, but you're going to play with it, and you're going to learn how you need to do it. And I really hope that this video helps, because when I put this on the other night, I felt like I was wearing tie-dye. That is how you apply Violet Volt in these darker, thinner colors. So I am fixing to go take my purple lips off, because we have to go pick up the boys from church. And I don't want to be showing up to church with purple lips. But you ladies have a wonderful evening. And how do I comment on here? Will it let me? It might. I'm going to plug in some information on here because this is public. And let me see. Oh, I can't do it. I had it saved on my computer. I can't do it. So I will just do it later. Anyways, you ladies have a wonderful evening. And I will see you all later. Oh, say hi to Grayson. Grayson! He's sleeping. Bye.